Welcome into Run the Damn podcast. Rob Snyder alongside Craig Kolodny. Craig, this is our 10th episode. What do
Wow.
we get? What do we get
You
for that?
know, there were many people that said we wouldn't get to 10 episodes, and here we are. Shout out to all of our loyal viewers. We appreciate your support. Let's make number 10 a great one.
Yeah, I think it will be a great one. Also, I never do this because I'm a bad podcast host
Uh,
and because you and I are doing this for the first time. Well, the 10th time.
yeah,
But if you do like the podcast, please subscribe. Please
yeah,
hit the like button. Do all the things that all the other podcasts tell you to do, but do it for ours also.
yeah.
So thanks for that. Great week in the NFL. Great weekend in general in sports. We'll get to that.
Oh, yeah.
Patriots nibble the Falcons 24-23 in a game. Craig, I have to say, this is what happens when you're 7-2. I got negative takes for you today. I am down. I mean, I'm not like super down, but I am down on the Pats. I have a
Yeah, well,
lesser feeling for
let's,
the Patriots
yeah,
tonight than I usually do.
normally you tee me up here to get cranking. You get us going here. You set the table here. What's your negative thoughts?
So I have real concerns now with there's a few things I have concerns about. Drake May is not one of them. I know he went back to turning the ball over today. But it doesn't seem like that's a thing that he's been doing. So I chalk that up as a bad game and we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't continue. I have a negative feeling about two things. One, the defense, pass defense. Not thrilled.
Okay,
I'm going to read you real quickly a
please,
list
please do.
of the opponent passer ratings for the Patriots by game.
Okay.
102.8, 115.5, 96.1, 84, 103.3, 102.6, 92.2, 65.9, 103.5.
It sounds like you just named 6 radio stations.
Opponent quarterbacks have only gone below a 92.2 rating twice all year. And you know their schedule.
Yeah.
This is not a lot of good,
Cam
not
Ward,
not good
Michael
quarters.
Penix,
Cam Ward over
Bryce
90.
Bryce Young.
Spencer
Yeah.
Rattler over. So I'm not thrilled with the pass defense. I'm not thrilled with the way they're playing on the back end. I don't think the pass rush is always creating havoc. If they're not getting there, it doesn't feel like they're creating pressures. And then on the other side of the ball, the offensive line is starting to worry me a little bit. And the predictability of their offense. And I'm not necessarily, maybe I'm overreacting to one game, but it felt like in the second half, the Falcons kind of knew what they were going to do.
Okay, so let me react to those, I guess, individually. The defense, I agree. I'm a little worried about. I'm not as worried as you. What I didn't like today is that they felt like they could not get off the field in the red zone defensively. Atlanta was 3 for 3 in the red zone, and it's just that's where bend but don't break obviously became a thing here for forever. And I just think that watching them not be able to get off the field, despite, I mean, my goodness, let's also just give Drake London. I mean, my
Oh, he was
God,
awesome.
what a freaking
Awesome.
game!
If you drop me on planet Earth right now and I watch that game, I would think Drake London's the best receiver in the world.
Right. I mean,
And
and
he's
I,
good.
yeah, he's very good, but
Yeah.
I am concerned a little bit about the defense, not as much as you. Obviously, Gonzalez looks like he's okay after leaving the
Yeah.
game
He
there in
said
the
as
fourth,
much.
and the fact that he's speaking after the game is obviously a good sign, as we know. Um, but I'm not as worried. I think Atlanta, and we'll get to the coaching and later in the
Yeah.
pod, but Atlanta has talent. I don't
They
think
don't know how to use it.
they don't know how to use it, and that's a great
No.
way of putting it. So I'm not as concerned about the defense, but I understand why you'd be concerned given those passer ratings again against the quarterbacks that they faced. Um,
Yeah.
Offensive line, I don't want to be the offensive line podcast. I'm not as worried. I think they could use some depth. I think I'm concerned if one of those guys goes down. I mean, they've been lucky that all 5 have played, been healthy the whole time outside of Wilson missing 1 game. May, I'm worried. Not worried, concerned.
Wow. Okay.
Not worried,
I
not
like
worried.
this because we're both concerned
Yeah,
about things differently.
yeah, I'm not worried. That was strong. Let me rephrase. I saw some old habits return today.
Yeah.
And to me, the whole game changed when May wasn't protecting the football in the final 30 seconds of the first half.
Yeah. Obviously.
And
Yeah.
it's like we saw that in the Pittsburgh game where it's just, turnovers late in the half. Like not all turnovers aren't created equal. And I just think that for me, I forget what were they at? Were they up
They're
14 at
up
that
they're
point?
up 21-7. They were going down to make it either
21-7,
24 or 28-7,
and
and then it
you're
ended up
you're
being
about to
21-14.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're about to end the game for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just he got lazy with the ball. He got lazy with the ball, and to me, that's just inexcusable for a guy who, again, I don't feel like he's an MVP candidate per se. I mean, maybe he's a candidate, but I don't think he's got any shot at winning it. But if you're going to be in that conversation halfway through the season, you gotta protect the ball better. And obviously, the interception, I think that was just a rare, that was a clearly miscommunication with him and Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
But I just, on the bright side, I did love the play call at the end of the game where they did get it to Henry. I
Mhm.
don't think May was very good. They could have easily run the ball and just tried to play defense with 45 seconds, knowing Atlanta probably couldn't get down the field. But I liked the play call. I like that they made a nice easy throw for him, get him some confidence to end the game after a game where he clearly played his worst game in 4 or 5 weeks.
So, I agree 4 or 5 weeks. I mean, he's been absurd lately,
Sure.
so I get
Yeah.
it. I thought he still made a lot of great throws in this game. It just felt like the negatives were big negatives.
Yep.
I think the couple things impacted him today. Losing Booty early. I
Yes.
I think Diggs is playing banged up. He didn't look like Diggs today. He had the one nice play.
Yeah.
The touchdown was fine, but he had the one that really nice long pass towards the
Yeah.
sideline. Other than
Yep.
that, I thought Diggs looked a little banged up, and I think the offensive line started to concern him a little bit. He's taking a lot of hits back there.
He is.
And again, like it felt like when the Falcons were decent in the second half of getting them into third and long, when they pin their ears back, they're coming. And I
Yeah.
just started to think to myself, we have barely seen the Patriots down in games right so far.
Yeah.
And if they get into pass mode because we're down, I just wonder how long that offensive line is gonna be able to handle that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think he's been taking sacks when they have had the lead. So he's been
Yeah.
taking sacks in previous games when they're winning. Obviously, he took a handful more today. Um, I think part of it he's still trying to figure out that rhythm of, I really don't think every sack is on the offensive line. Like there's not
No, that's true. I agree.
like I don't think all of these sacks are like, oh, Will Campbell got beat by the defensive end and May had no chance. Like I think some of these are May's doing his first two reads. He doesn't have anybody open. He's trying to run up the middle and then he runs into a guy and it's like, well, there's your sack. And
Yeah.
they're not all the same. But to me, I think the offensive line's a concern. That's probably my biggest concern at this point.
Mhm.
I'm not as worried about the defense. I agree with you about the ratings of, they're giving up a lot of yards and whatever. I think the defense is going to be okay as long as they stay healthy. I think again, dodging a serious bullet. If Gonzalez goes down, it just changes everything.
Yeah, yeah, and again, he said he's fine, which is good. He said he
Right.
was in concussion protocol and he got passed. So I think that
Yep.
was the only. It wasn't like at first I thought like, oh man, did he like break a collarbone or something?
I know.
But no, he seems to be fine.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, they're still a good team. They're still 7-2. They're tied now atop the AFC,
Yep.
which we'll get to. But steps in the right direction. But it's at Tampa becomes even more interesting now.
Yeah.
That's a very very fun, solid test that I think they now need after a game like this.
Yeah. It's going to be their first real test since week 5 at Buffalo. And look, I mean, Baker's obviously been playing very well this year. It's going to be another road test. Tampa's coming off the bye. These are the games we've been looking for. I mean, we talked 5 weeks ago after they beat the Bills, and we saw that it was Saints and Browns and whoever, Falcons, whoever else they've played the last month. And I think we're just waiting for another game like this. So we'll see. We'll see where they stack up against one of the better NFC teams. Um, to me, another thing that this is just bringing it back to Sunday's game that I don't think it's obviously big because it talks about the end of the game, but the f- the fact that they kept Borregales and got rid of Parker Romo, and look, it could have easily gone the other way today.
Yep.
That's just the nature of kicking, but it's like the not irony, but just the fact that it was the guy who lost the competition who missed an extra point. If you watched it closely, I think it was the extra point before that, or a field. I think it was the extra point before it. He almost missed that one
Yeah,
too.
he did. Yeah, it was
So
same direction too.
yeah,
Yeah.
same thing off to the right. So it's
Yeah.
like it's one of those things where you know Vrabel and his team have been making feels like they've been making the right decisions for a while now. All these guys that they got rid of haven't come back to haunt them, and then Borregales has really since won
He's
that
been
game
really
been
good. Yeah.
yeah has been mostly lights out, and obviously they benefit from their former the backup not getting it. I wanted to ask you, what do you think? You mentioned Booty, and I
Yeah.
want to talk
I
about
was
the
gonna
wide
say that next.
receivers
Yeah.
because Booty is somebody that really again we've talked about it, how he developed the chemistry with May last year. There were some balls that were to Douglas today, a couple to Kyle Williams, where I was like, man, Booty would have been in the right spot there. And
Yeah.
it's that
Douglas had a nice
chemistry.
game, but yeah.
He did, but you know what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
there's some sideline throws, there's some in cuts that I just feel like that's one that, it's a hamstring, so you just don't know how long he's gonna be out, but that would be a pretty big loss for an offense that, really spreads it around, but could use his playmaking.
Yeah, and Booty posted on Instagram that he's getting an MRI, which is not the best
No,
sign. But yeah,
not
no,
great.
and obviously I talked about him last week. I really like him. It's an interesting time to hurt your hamstring 2 days before the trade deadline. That would
Sure is.
be an ideal time. I don't think they're gonna get receiver help anyway. I don't It doesn't
No.
seem like there's receiver help out there. Jalen
Right.
Waddle seems to be commanding a first, which they're not paying a first for Jalen Waddle.
Nope.
So
Nobody is.
I no, he's gonna stay there. But it is interesting. Um, so I was actually gonna ask you about that, and since you brought it up, the other thing I was gonna ask you is actually about the trade deadline. So I'm
Love it.
curious, do you think they add, and where do you think they try to add?
I think they do add. I think part of unloading Duggar and unloading Keon White last week was to kind of set the table for what they're going to do here. I strangely enough, I think they're going to add on the defense,
Yeah, seems like
I
pass rusher is what they're interested in.
it seems like pass rush.
I just
Landry
don't
and
know. Yeah.
Chason have done a pretty good job. Obviously, Landry was fairly quiet today.
Do you
Um,
remember our bold predictions at the beginning of the season?
yeah, I said Caleb on Chason
I,
would lead the
I
team in
believe he
sacks.
leads. I believe he does lead the team in sacks. He's at five and a
Well,
half now.
I'll double down on that.
Yeah,
Uh, my boy Caleb on. Um, Yeah, I mean, as far as the trade deadline goes, Rob, I think again for me, defense, pass rusher, safety. Although I don't think they're going to safety because they just added that guy that they signed off the practice squad, so it
yeah.
feels like they've settled that. I wouldn't mind getting another corner. I know that's hard to come by. Didn't the Eagles just get a corner? Who the
They
Eagles
got
just trade
2
for?
corners. Yeah, they traded for 2 corners. They traded for Michael Carter, and they traded for Jair Alexander.
Jair Alexander. That's right.
Yeah, which
Again,
I still don't know if he's gonna play, but yes, they
to
did.
me, I would give up a fifth or sixth round pick for a corner if you like him.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those positions where if Charles Woods and Alex Austin are your backups to Davis and Gonzalez, two guys that I wouldn't say they're injury prone, but Davis has been injured before, so is Gonzalez. To me, your defense changes dramatically if you all of a sudden you don't have a Gonzalez or Davis out there. Now Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson don't look as good as they've looked. So
Yeah, and the prices are low right now for corners.
yeah,
I
like
mean, there's no, like, elite corners out there, but if you were looking for depth in the secondary, that the price is you're flipping day 3 picks.
yeah, to me, I would do that in a heartbeat. Again, I don't think offensive linemen really get traded this time of year. Like quality offensive linemen,
No.
you're just going to get depth, which you already have.
Yeah.
So to me, I think it's pass rusher. I would still add a running back. I know we've talked about it. I thought Travion Henderson looked good today.
Yeah.
Terrell Jennings was fine. Like I thought it was interesting that Terrell Jennings was getting the ball when they were trying to protect the 1 point lead on the final drive. But
Yeah.
um, I would add another running back. I think again, I think you can get running backs for sixth, seventh round picks, and it's like how many sixth or seventh round picks make the team. So that's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of where I'm at there. What do you think?
I agree. It's funny, I don't think the price for pass rushers seems to be crazy, and I
Yeah,
don't think they're gonna pay that price. Like, I don't know, Jalen Phillips, is he worth, like, a second? I don't I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
think
think so.
so.
No.
He's coming off an injury. Jermaine Johnson also coming off a year where he was injured. Is he worth a high pick? I just it's helpful, but I don't know if edge rush is such a problem right now that you need to be giving up, like, high picks for it.
Yeah.
I d I don't know what they're I all I think is that, like, you can't send Duggar and White off for very little and not get something.
Right.
It just doesn't feel like it's something a 7 team should be doing is unloading guys and not bringing something in. So there, maybe there's something on the margins that is available that, something cool I don't even know about. But it would be nice to see them add, if only for the sake of adding, for, hey, we're trying to improve this team, we're going for it.
Would you have any interest, and I know running back is just a position these days and has been for a while. I feel like the Saints have some pieces, and I wonder if Alvin Kamara could be a nice change of pace with Henderson and Stevenson. Keep Jennings as depth on the practice squad, or I guess he has to stay on the team now because they've elevated him too many times. But to me, the Saints are going to give Kamara away, and I feel like the Pats could be a team that, again, what's it going to cost? A 6th round pick, 5th round pick?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
So
I'm looking at guys that have talent that can make a play to open a game. Open a
I
game.
I actually discussed this with people during the week, Kamara,
Yeah,
and the first reaction was, well, he said that he would retire before playing anywhere but New Orleans.
yeah.
And to that I say, well, you're not signing with a team long term,
No, you
and
can
you're
go
not
back.
going through camp with them.
Right.
You can literally keep your house in New Orleans and live in a hotel for what, 2 months?
Yeah.
Play for the Patriots and then get up on out of here. So
Yep.
I mean, I think they could sell it. Uh, it doesn't feel like they wanna do it. I don't unless they're trying to play coy, but I would trade for Kamara absolutely if I were the
Yeah.
Patriots. I just it's I don't know. It might be a situation where the Saints, out of respect to him, are like, "Look, if you don't wanna be traded, we're not gonna trade you."
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know
Yeah, and
why
that's
Alvin
fine.
Kamara, I mean, he might love New Orleans, that's great, but I
Who
don't know
doesn't
why you
love
would just wanna be a Saint
Who
for
doesn't
the
love New Orleans? It's a great city.
yeah, the Bayou.
Yeah.
Do you have any other Pats
Beignets.
thoughts before we, move on to the chefs?
No, I think we covered most of it. I think we'll get into the coaching thing later, but just looking at the Falcons and just in general, between London and Bijan and Pitts, and I know Pitts has been a disappointment. It's like
Stinks.
they should be better. They
They
should
should
be
be,
they should
yeah,
be better. And again, I'm not saying that if they hired Belichick a couple years ago instead of Raheem, they'd be better. But I don't know. But that's the Falcons. That was really the only other takeaway is that they should really be a better team than they
in
are.
that division too, it's a joke.
Right. Right.
Alright, so the Chiefs-Bills, the marquee matchup of the day. Chiefs go into Buffalo, they lose 28-21.
Yep.
Can I say it? Patrick Mahomes sucked.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that? Can we
We
just
can.
say he
It's our
sucked?
podcast. We can say anything.
Alright, so
Say
he
it.
was
Say
bad.
it
He was
again.
bad. I don't think Mahomes is a bad quarterback. He sucked today. I
15
I
to
I
34.
yeah, he's bad. Yeah, bad
That's
bad
if
day.
any other quarterback did that today, you would
Yep,
say they sucked.
yep.
So
He's more than welcome to be great next week, and
yeah,
I'll
and
say
he
he's
will.
great, but yeah,
Yep.
he sucked today.
You know what his QB
Um,
rating was today?
what? Bad?
57.2.
It's bad. You know what that is? That would be the low it's lower than Dylan Gabriel versus the Patriots last week.
Whoa,
I know that
Dylan
because I
Gabriel.
read you the passer
You
passer
sure
ratings when this
did.
thing started.
You sure did.
Uh, big picture wise,
Yeah,
uh, I'm gonna start with this.
sure.
If the Chiefs and Bills play each other again,
Yeah, Chiefs win.
do you have any do you
Chiefs
have
win.
any confidence the Bills will win again?
I thought if the game went another 30 seconds, the Chiefs would have won. But
They might have, yeah.
I, to me, like good for the Bills. Like Andy Santillo, breaking tables today. But
Yeah.
I I think that the Bills are. I have zero faith that they would win this matchup again. I don't really love Sean McDermott. I think
No.
he kind of makes some strange decisions. I think he even the one at the end of the game today where why is he having a kicker kick a 50-yard field goal with 30 seconds left? Just punt it.
Yeah,
Punt it down to the 10-yard line. Make him go
I
90
know.
yards in 25 seconds instead of
Yeah,
60 yards in 30 seconds. But
yeah.
I think he freezes up in bad situations. I don't. I mean, good for the Bills, get a win. The Chiefs. Everyone thought they were back to being the best team in football, and obviously they did not look very good today. And they're healthy.
No.
They
Yeah,
well healthy in the sense that they have all their weapons. So
yeah.
that's where I'm at with the Bills and Chiefs.
Yeah, it's interesting that the Chiefs are now 5-4.
Yep.
which puts them on the outside looking in. Do I think they're going to miss the playoffs? No. I kind of think you have to start considering them not the team to beat in the AFC at some point. But I don't know if anybody will readily admit that. Bill showed me something today. My biggest takeaway is that I didn't have the Bills as a contender 2 weeks ago because I just don't believe in the Bills.
Yep.
And maybe I'm just falling into the trap of the Bills being the Chiefs in the regular season like they always do.
Yep.
But they did show me something today, and the fact that Josh Allen can have that kind of day with the weapons he has, I think is impressive. And I think they're leaning on James Cook more, which they should have done earlier in the season, and it's
Yep.
working out for them really well. So yeah,
Their defense is playing better too. I mean,
it
we
is.
talk about
Yeah,
Mahomes' play today, but I mean, a lot of that goes to the Bills too. Their defense
no,
is
they're. Yeah, my concern
costly.
with them is, are they going to go into the next Chiefs matchup if they have one and play the exact same defense expecting the same results,
Right.
which is what
Sure.
happens every year.
Yep. I agree.
But yeah, so good win by the Bills. We now have a log jam at the top of the AFC. We have Colts, Patriots, Broncos, all
Yep.
7-2. Bills 6-2.
Just
The
like we
Steelers,
predicted at the beginning of the year, right? Pats, Colts, Broncos, 7-2, leading with the
yeah,
Steelers 5-3.
and of course you get the Steelers somehow beating the Colts today in a game they really had control of most of the game. That
Yep.
brings us to a very short segment. Fine or concerned? Does this team fine, or are you concerned about them? And we'll start there.
Thank you for explaining the rules.
We'll start with the Colts.
Okay, Colts. Let me see. Not concerned.
No,
Uh, but I'd say getting concerned. Not concerned, but getting there. Um, of course, it's Pittsburgh, by the way, that beats them. Like the mediocre Steelers,
their
just
defense has been trash all year,
I
and there
know,
they go.
I
Yep.
know. So to me, this is the recipe we talked about it earlier in the pod with the Patriots. It's like, what do these quarterbacks look like when they're trailing in games? And to me, we saw Daniel Jones trailing, and if there was ever a quarterback that was not meant to trail in a football game, it's Daniel Jones. I mean, he
Yeah.
had three interceptions in the first 8 games. He had three more today. Um, I just think he's a different quarterback when they're not, leading and giving the ball to Jonathan Taylor and then doing play action where he's got wide open receivers. So I'm not concerned, but I'm getting concerned.
So I guess I'm with you. I don't want to sit on the fence like that, but I think I'm going to.
Join me
My
on the fence.
thought my thought with the Colts is when you when your offense is that bad against that bad of a defense, one of two things happen. Either you hit a speed bump where you just play like crap,
Yep.
or you've now put enough on film and someone caught it. So did the Steelers see something the Colts do and they say, that's it? This is how we stop the Colts, and now every other team is going to copycat that?
Yep.
Or was this just a bad game? So I am, you know what? I'm leaning more concerned than I am fine.
Okay.
Let's go with the Packers, who
Okay.
have now lost 13-10 to the Browns and 16-13 to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina's 5-4. Good for Carolina.
They were my winner. They were my pick to win the NFC South, which is
This
not
was
going
one
to
of
happen, but
the
they'll be in the conversation at least in December.
they will. This was one of those games where at halftime I you knew it. I just knew it.
Yeah.
If this felt like a Packers loss a lot of this game, are they fine or are you concerned?
I'm concerned,
Yeah.
especially with Tucker Kraft potentially tearing his ACL. I mean, he's Jordan Love's go-to guy. Um,
Is it
he's
official at
just
this point?
well, they're feared that that he tore his ACL. We'll
I
see.
mean, that's just
I
some
mean,
that's
usually
yeah.
when you fear it, it's
Yeah.
true. But here, talk about turnaround. Talk about Jekyll and Hyde. The Carolina Panthers. Here are the results. And I know this is about the Packers, but just to tell you who the
Sure.
Packers lost
Oh
to
no.
today.
This is about the Panthers.
The
This
Panthers
podcast is
lost
about the Panthers.
the Panthers lost 26-10 to Jacksonville. They beat Atlanta 30 to nothing, and then the next week lost to the Patriots 42-13. And then just jumping ahead, the last 3 games, they barely beat the Jets 13-6, who were winless at the time. They lost at home to Buffalo 40-9 last week, and then they
Yeah.
go into Lambeau and beat the Packers.
You also skipped them beating Dallas.
Yes, that was yes, they beat Dallas right
Yeah.
before the Jets game. So, I mean, again, I know this isn't about the Panthers, but to me, if you're the Packers losing to the Panthers is almost like if the Patriots had lost to the Falcons today. And I just, and I know it was close. The Patriots almost did. But if you're the Packers and you're trying to fight for everything, you're fighting for the division, potentially a 1 seed down the road, you can't lose at home to the Panthers. I know the Panthers are 5-4. Like, good for them, but you just can't lose. They have very few weapons. You can't lose to the Panthers.
One side of the ball lets them down. It feels like each
Yeah.
game there's something there. Packers they peaked so early this year,
Yep.
and it just doesn't feel it doesn't feel like they can follow up momentum.
Right.
And that's kind of been a Matt LaFleur thing for a long time.
Yep.
One more, Lions,
Yep.
who I said last week, I think it was last week, that people seem to overreact to all the Lions wins and just not react to their losses. Well, they lose again.
Yep.
JJ McCarthy's return, 27-24 to Minnesota. Not a very good Minnesota team. Sorry, it's not. Your thoughts on the Lions? Fine or concerned?
I'm not concerned. I think that might surprise you because I think I think they're fine. I think they'll be a tough out. Definitely a surprising result. I don't have a ton of thoughts on the Lions. I think I agree with you that people tend to ignore when they lose, and I'll only talk about their wins. But Minnesota's a well-coached team. I think Kevin O'Connell is one of the top 5 coaches probably in the NFL.
We
They
only do
know
bottom 5 coaches, correct?
yeah, I know. They he will never be in it. Spoiler alert. A divisional opponent, teams that know each other well. I can't say I'm overly surprised by the result, but yeah, I mean them losing. I don't think the people. I think people thought the Lions would probably win 12 to 13 games, and now they already have 3 losses, so it's going to be hard for them to get there.
Concerned.
Nice.
I'm going concerned.
Okay.
Because you know what? Why do we always ignore when the Lions lose?
Don't ignore them. Speak your truth.
I'm taking. Yeah, no, I'm concerned. They shouldn't be. If they're that good, they shouldn't have this many losses. And by the way, what history is there with the Detroit Lions to ignore when they lose? What thing have the Detroit Lions done where people are like, they'll be fine? They're never fine. They are never. They won 0 playoff games last year. They are never fine.
So I know this isn't.
I will remain concerned until I see them win important games down the road.
So who's the best team in the NFC right now?
Oh man, by default, it might be the Eagles by default. You know what? We get Eagles Packers Monday night next week, which is great.
Okay.
Because that will answer a lot of questions for us.
Yep.
The team I kind of love right now, which is such a shame because their quarterback is just such a. I love Seattle. I know they're playing right now.
Currently up 7-0.
Do I think they're the best team in the NFC? No, but I do love Seattle. It still might be. It might be my Rams from the beginning of the year. My prediction there. They obviously had a good game today, but it's week to week. It's so hard. But I do really like the way Seattle plays. It's just like, am I really gonna say that Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
If the Seahawks and Lions played today, I would have 0 clue where that game's going.
Yeah, I mean, Seahawks are up 7-0 right now. I have my eye on it, and the Commanders are a team that I know you're down on. So we'll see. Seahawks might be able to get to 6-2, and
and that'd be great. That's a great division race because the Rams are 6-2 and the 49ers are 6-3. They're still a mirage to me, but we'll see. You ready to do bottom 5 coaches?
Yes, I'm fired up for this.
All right, you know what? You're fired up. Why don't you go first?
All right, number 5. I'm going to do this quick because I want to get to number 1.
Sure.
Number 1, I have a lot of my thoughts on.
Okay, I think we have the same number 1.
Number 1, Jack Lochran, Brian Daboll. That's for you.
That's your number 5, right?
Number 5.
Okay,
3 straight
cool.
losses.
Right.
They've allowed 33, 38, and 34 points. Number 4, Pete Carroll. Just to summarize what happened today, to keep it fresh from last week.
Yeah.
They were up by 3 in the final 90 seconds, couldn't get a stop at home against Jacksonville. Then goes to overtime, and they allow a touchdown on the opening drive.
Yes, the longest opening drive I've ever seen in overtime.
Longest opening drive. Then they go down and get a touchdown. I respect that they went for 2, obviously, to try to get the win because what's
tie does nothing. Yeah,
tie does nothing. But of course, don't get it. They've won 2 games. They beat the Patriots week 1, and they've beaten the Titans since. That's it. Pete Carroll, number 4. Number 3, Raheem Morris. I know he made the list last week.
He's
bad. He makes so many bad decisions. The fact that he actually blamed the clapping thing like after the game today blows my mind. Like what
Yeah.
he's like thinking that the Pats simulated the snap, blah blah blah. Done. I don't
Yeah.
have time for that. Number 2, Kellen Moore. Your first. This is actually the first time you've made my list.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about time. Yeah.
Surprisingly, this is the first
Yeah.
time. You're 1-8. You've been outscored 57-13 the last 2
They're
games.
so punchless.
They they showed some fight early in the year, so I tried to give them some grace, but they're a really awful football team.
Yeah.
Number 1, Zachary Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You are a freaking train wreck. You do you know? I don't think I've ever seen this before, Rob. Do you know
Yeah.
he challenged a fumble that actually resulted in his team losing the challenge and getting a touchdown scored against them?
I did not see this.
Oh yeah. So DJ Moore runs an end around and he reaches the ball out at the goal line. The refs call him out of bounds at the 1 or like the
Okay.
half-yard line.
Yeah.
Taylor challenges it because he thinks Moore fumbled it through the end zone. They
And instead
review
he
it.
just scored a
They
touchdown.
review it, and it was actually just a touchdown.
Oh my God.
That's incredible. But wait, there's more. Okay, because Zachary Taylor, this is just where we're at. So not only did he do that, they gave up 47 points to the Bears.
Yep.
I think I saw the Bears hadn't scored that many points since like 2017 or 2018. You know how many yards the Bears had on offense?
It was over 500.
576 yards.
So
How?
I saw earlier today there have been 5 games this season where teams have had over 500 yards. 3 of them are against the
It's the
Bengals.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
surprising. Thank you for helping me make my case.
Yeah.
And I just can't believe not only that, just to summarize the whole game, they lost 47-42 to the Bears. So they're down by 2 scores with like 3 minutes left, maybe less. They score a touchdown, recover the onside kick, score a touchdown, take the lead, erase a
Yep.
14-point deficit, take a lead, and then they allow Caleb Williams to hit the tight end over the middle. Nobody tackles him, and he just runs free at the end of the game. Just blows my mind.
Just your run of the mill 60-yard touchdown to a tight end.
Yeah,
Just run of the mill.
like
Yeah.
what the
Happens
hell
all the
is
time.
happening? What the
Yeah.
hell is happening? Like, I mean, if Flacco's balling, it just blows my mind. They can't get any stops defensively. What I mean, it like they strike me as a team that is not going to fire him in season, and they'll just ride it out until the end. But
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, they're just an awful football team with an
Yeah.
awful
Bye-bye.
head coach.
Yeah. Awful.
That's my list. How'd I do?
I love it. You did great. Always.
All right,
You always do
let's hear
great.
it. Let's hear it.
All right. So number 5, I have Kellen Moore. It's not even
Yep.
fun. Like what do I say? You just don't compete. And I thought you were a bad coach ever since you got hired. So you're there. Number 4 was tough. It was between guys that didn't coach today. I went with Aaron Glenn just because like he's kind of becoming like a meme of himself.
Yeah. Dude, the Aaron Glenn dancing thing to September. It was
Yeah,
just so
yeah.
freaking I know it's like
Exactly,
a month ago, but
yeah.
it's so freaking good.
And like ever since that dance, they've just been so embarrassing. So I am gonna throw him on there. I almost went Jonathan Gannon.
Yep.
But I didn't get any new material today.
Yep.
Uh
I know isn't it hard to add guys when you don't like you just not forget about them, but it's like Mike
I
McDaniel wasn't on my list, even though they got rolled over.
speaking of
Nice.
number 3 on my list is Mike McDaniel.
Yep.
How are you not fired yet?
I know, right? What's
And
like
I've seen people be like, "Well, they should get rid of Tua before they get." Tua makes $53 million a year.
right?
There's no dead cap to fire Mike McDaniel.
No.
Just fire the guy. What are we doing here? They were so bad on Thursday night.
Yeah,
So bad.
they
And
were.
they're going to sell off their whole team and keep their head coach. What's going on here? 2, don't tell me whoever's coaching the Titans. I don't want to know.
I've already forgotten his name.
My goal is to finish the year. We start talking about the wild card weekend. It's the end of week 17. And I say,
Yeah.
Craig, you can tell me now
Okay.
who
I won't
coaches
tell
the
you.
Titans. Until then, I don't want to know. I don't want to see another Titans game. I don't want to see an ISO of him on the sideline. I don't want to see his name on the screen.
You know who
I have
coaches the
no idea
Titans?
who it is. Don't tell me.
No. It's not the real guy. It's Denzel Washington. He
Oh,
he
yes. Yeah, of
coaches the
course. Yeah.
Titans.
Yeah. Coach Boone.
Wrong side. What's
So
his name
yeah,
in the movie? Coach
them.
Boone.
Coach Boone.
No.
Yeah.
Is it Coach Herman Boone?
Yeah, it's Coach Boone. Herman Boone. Yeah.
Herman
That's
Boone.
actually not just his name in the movie. That's his name in real
No.
life.
It's only his
Yeah,
name
it
in the
says
movie. And he's the
based on
current
a
head
true
coach.
story.
He's also the current head coach of the Titans.
Yeah. And number 1 for all the reasons that you mentioned, Zach Taylor, of course. I don't have to repeat it. I do want to point out that today was one of the most Joe Flacco stat lines of all time. 8 billion yards,
Yep.
4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yep.
We got the full Joe Flacco today.
But I mean, let's be honest. He's 40 years old, and he's keeping them in games when their defense can't get off the field. Like, and
Oh,
he just got there like 2 weeks ago.
it's awesome. He's tremendous.
Yep.
So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 one-score games today. Great job, NFL.
Yep.
Good job, everyone playing their asses off still. Even the Titans were in a one-score game, coached by who knows what. So it just again, I'm loving this season so far. Is a very enjoyable season.
Yeah.
Not one that people have a lot to complain about. But it's time to move on from football and talk about
Do this.
one of the most entertaining World Series I have ever seen. One of the most entertaining Game 7s in
Yep.
a World Series I have ever seen. The Dodgers win it. They win Game 7 in 12 innings. 5-4, 5-4, 6-5, 5-4.
5-4.
So Craig,
Yeah.
tell me the biggest moment where the Blue Jays blew this thing in Game 7,
Okay. Well, see,
or lead with something that's on your mind that you
yeah.
need to hit first.
To me, this was. I have a lot of thoughts, but to me, the signature play of this game. This is just again one man's take. The catch by Andy Pajes
Oh,
when
so good.
he game's on the line, he's running full speed to the warning track. If he doesn't catch the ball, it's over. And he not only catches the ball, he comes in the game mid inning. He didn't even start the inning in center field. He came in like the middle of the inning to play center. Comes in, makes a play, makes an unbelievable catch while truck sticking his teammate Kike
Yeah.
Hernandez. Like looked like a little kid and his father out there. So it's just crazy to me. That's the biggest play. I know we talked very briefly before we started recording. You feel like that play at the plate is the signature play.
Yeah. So first of all, I just want to say like that play was awesome. And
Yeah,
I don't know why Kike Hernandez was so freaking shallow to the point where a ball that's like that ball was hit pretty high in the air
yeah,
and it only went to the warning track. There's
yep.
zero reason Kike Hernandez should be running full speed with his glove over his, over his shoulder like he's Willie freaking Mays.
I know.
And the
But if
fact
anybody
that
would do that, it would be Kike trying to do that because he's a
Pies was just
showman.
like, no, 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 no. We're going to lose the World Series if you don't make this play. I'm going to
Yep,
check you out of this play and make the
yep,
catch. It was awesome. I can't think of another like teammate on teammate crime for a good. It's like if a guy is like running down the field and is about to be stripped, so his teammate tackles him first or something like that. It's like
yep.
couldn't even think of an example. But yeah, so the play at home, and I know like people have been freezing the heck out of this video,
Right.
but dude, you have to get a secondary lead off third. It's it's the World Series. Like you are the World Series championship winning run at third base. The infield is drawn in,
Yeah.
and you are standing 2 yards from third
But I
with
think
zero movement until the ball is hit.
I think it's emotional baggage from the night before, though, Rob. I think with the way Game 6 ended with the guy getting doubled off second, I think that it was just ingrained in them, like, do not get doubled off.
I mean,
And
you
look,
got to score.
to me, he's also the batter's got to lift the ball. Like there's a lot of situational hitting, and there's a million plays that could have changed the game. But to me, the inning before when they had a man on second and don't get anybody in, it's just there's all these situational things that get magnified in a one game kind of do or die situation. And look, to me, couldn't you also point the finger at Jeff Hoffman? Like what? You're giving up a home run to a guy that is
Well, yeah, of
basically like
course,
Bucky.
yeah,
It was like Bucky Dent hitting a home run. I mean, it was
yeah,
a light hitting middle infielder that hit a home run to tie the game with 2 outs, or with when you need 2 outs to win the World Series. Like you
yeah.
can't,
But I mean,
you can't
that's like blaming Bill Buckner for the previous 5 runs in the game. Like I don't, I have to.
yeah, but Rob, you
We have
can't
to
give up a home
play the
run to a guy.
situation.
You can't give up a home run to a guy that hits like 170.
Sure, sure.
You can't.
Yes.
You just
No, I know.
can't.
So, yes, I also blame Jeff Hoffman. Yes.
But it's like
But
I
now
also
that that home run is in the past, and
sure.
you're on third base, and the ball is hit. First of all, I know you said you want to lift the ball. The pitcher on the mound is throwing splitter after splitter after splitter. You're not lifting the ball off of splitter after splitter. That ball is hit to a second baseman who is not in shape, gets the grounder, and then trips over himself before throwing it home. Like
Yeah.
the not scoring there, like the moment that he fell
uh,
back,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this game's over.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't beat the throw home, and you see the replay, and it's like he's just standing there until the ball's hit. Like when the pitcher goes into the stretch, you don't want to take a couple crow hops towards home before you like. And then it was such a lax not that a better slide's getting him in. He's out,
Right.
but it just looked like he was going through the freaking motions like it was a spring training game.
And then, of course, yeah, I mean, I do understand that. I get that. Again, there's a million, there were a million, it felt like a million plays that if one of them had gone differently, the Blue Jays win the World Series. And it's just,
Did
I mean,
17 base runners.
I thought the Vladimir Guerrero deep flyout, I thought
I
that thing was
I
gone.
thought that was crushed.
I
Yeah,
thought and he looked like he was starting to pimp it. And then it's just like, here we go. They're going to win it like the Joe Carter home run. But
yeah.
I, to me, again, the other play that we haven't talked about yet, the double play, and after the Dodgers took the lead, Guerrero doubles to lead off the whatever inning that was, the 11th. He gets the
Hmm.
third on an awesome bunt.
Great bunt.
Then the guy gets walked, and here we are, and Kirk hits into the double play, and it's just like it felt like that double play was coming. Just watching the
Yeah,
game, you're waiting for him to hit the ball at a middle infielder and turn two because he's as slow as can be, and
I mean the Blue Jays were perpetually on third base with
yeah.
less than 2 outs. It's heartbreaking the way they lost that game.
It was heartbreaking. It was very Toronto. If you look at their history,
Hmm.
um, I, and give the Dodgers some credit. I mean, yes,
Of course, yeah.
they have they're good for baseball. I know people get upset with how much money they spend,
Oh,
whatever. They're good
that
for
was my
baseball.
yeah. Of course.
They're good for baseball. Do you agree or
I
no?
was 100%. Yes, I
Okay.
was gonna. That was my other point. We were talking before the pod started. I was like, I have one other point I want to bring up.
Yeah.
So many people think the Dodgers winning is bad for baseball, and
No,
they
it's
look at their
great.
roster and it's bad for baseball. It's like, no, no, no. This is proof that if you don't try as an organization, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Baseball is about there's no cap. It is about spending to win. It's the
Yep.
same way the NHL used to be before they instituted a salary cap. It's the way it goes.
Yep.
And you know what? People are like, oh, well, Dodgers get everybody. Teoscar Hernandez was available until freaking March,
Yeah.
mid March, before
Yep.
they gave him that 1 year deal because no one else would sign him.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, well, the Otani deal, they're all deferred all this money. Every, how many teams are there now? 31? 30
Sure.
other teams,
However many. All of them.
30 other MLB teams had the option to sign Shohei Otani to that, and they didn't do it.
Yep.
So don't give me that. And also, they won 95 games. It's not like they won 120.
And I think
Blue
the
Jays took them to 7.
Yeah, and I think the other thing, just to kind of as we head towards the finish line here on this episode, good for baseball. That was just a freaking awesome series. Two teams giving it all they have. An underdog team against a team with a huge payroll going toe to toe. For me, I was back in on baseball for the first time in a couple of years. Obviously, the Red Sox helped with that with Roman Anthony and whatnot, but to me the game is so much more enjoyable to watch than it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And I really would love to see the momentum continue, but baseball just shoots itself in the foot and nothing's going to be interesting until mid-March.
Oh yeah, the hot stove is done. There's no hot
So
stove anymore.
cold. Yeah.
I am looking forward to. I think I'm looking forward to robo umps. I like the idea of just you have to do it quick, and
Yeah.
they're very going to quickly be like, no, 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 that's wrong, and
Yeah.
correct it and fine. I wish analytics were still not such a big part of the game. I
Yeah.
miss the ability to move runners. I miss the ability to get the ball in play. I still think there's too much striking out. There's too much everyone throws 100 for a very
Yeah.
limited time, then they're out of the game. But the product is still much, much better.
Yeah.
And this series was, I think the whole playoffs in general were very,
Yeah.
very good.
They're great. I do
So
have
yeah,
one negative. Can I give you one negative?
absolutely.
I didn't love, and this is just my opinion. I didn't love the broadcast last night. I didn't. I don't know. I never thought I'd say I miss Joe Buck on baseball, but or Kevin Burkhardt doing the game. I just think listening to Davis and Smoltz, I feel like they weren't broadcasting that game like it was Game 7 of the World Series, especially Smoltz. And I know he's just a very vanilla, like, I just don't think he has a lot of energy and a lot of personality to him. I mean, he's obviously super knowledgeable about the sport, which is why he's there. But I felt like Joe Davis kept going on and on about all the Blue Jays' accomplishment. It felt like he was giving all the Blue Jays all of their celebratory recognition when they were only up by 2 runs in the 8th and 1 run in the ninth. Like he
Yeah,
to me, he was treating the game like it was 10-2 in the 8th inning. Like there was just it felt
sure.
like he was missing some of the like nuances of this guy's on deck. This is the situation. Just I wasn't overly impressed. And I think he's normally a good announcer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love Joe Davis.
Yeah,
I don't I
normally I think
usually don't
he's
have
fine.
anything, but yeah, I agree. I think they could have been a little bit more tense, like the rest of us.
Yeah.
I think
It didn't feel that
adding to
way.
the tension would have been good. And I don't need much between pitches
Yeah.
or between batters, so like I kind of agree with you there. But for the most part, I didn't notice it. I do really like Joe Davis, so that was a it didn't bother me that much. But I could see what you're saying now,
Yeah.
and it did feel like he was kind of pre-announcing the World Series win for Toronto as
Right.
they were up.
Right. And it was a 4-2 game in the 8th. And the
Yeah, yeah,
momentum was clearly on the Dodgers side at that point.
yeah, very clearly. Yeah.
But oh well.
Well, another 10th episode
Yeah.
came and went. And again, if you are listening and you're like moderately enjoying this, feel free to like, subscribe, do all the things that at least make us feel good about ourselves. We're
Yeah.
not
Hell yeah.
necessarily monetizing this, but it does feel good to know that people are enjoying it, people are listening, and people are looking forward to the next episode. So thank you again for Craig. I am Rob. Another Patriots win, another great NFL Sunday. We'll probably hit a little bit more basketball next week as well. So until
Sure
then,
thing.
enjoy your week, everybody.